This time, Coach, we'd like to get your thoughts on the game.
I thought it was an extremely well played game by both teams. I thought the kids really left everything out on the floor for both teams. Proud of the way my guys kept fighting back. Just got to give Kansas a lot of credit. They hit a lot of big shots late and earned a hard-fought win.
This time, we'll take questions from student athletes in the front on the aisle.
This question's for Angel. Angel, how were you able to dominate the front court in this game, and what can you say about the way your teammates performed and left their mark here?
I think we played kind of the best game that we ever played. The guys leave everything on the floor, and I'm really proud of my teammates, and I would not change these guys for anybody in the country.
Other questions? On the right here, the aisle. Yeah, just Dave up here. Yeah.
Zach Brazil, New York Post. Guys, just what are your emotions like when, you had such a memorable 4 years and you play, the #1 seed in their backyard. It's basically a road game and you come up 4 points short and it's over. I mean, what's kind of the feelings like right now?
We'll start with Kadeem, Ish, Desi, and then Angel.
It's tough because, you left everything out on the floor. You got to give credit to Kansas. They're a great team, well coached. But, you can't win them all, so.
It's not the happiest moment. I felt like my guys from the starting five to everybody on the bench gave their all. And, couldn't ask for more than that. It's just I'm sad, but I'm also happy that I got the chance to play with some of the best players in the country and to be coached by the best coach in the country.
Yeah, like they said, we're in a tough situation right now because of the loss. But playing with these guys for 4 years probably was the best 4 years of my life. These became my family and my brothers for life. And playing for Coach Willard, I think both teams gave it our all today. Today, I didn't play my best, but things happen. And, I had that sucking game today, so I just got to move on and just like I said, just move on.
It sucks, basically. It sucks to leave like this right now because we got so much expectation. We want to win everything and we want to be the best team in the tournament, but it's one winner and one loser. We're the losing team right now, so I'm just proud of my team, just proud of my coach. It's not only my coach, it's like my dad, so it's kind of hard right now, but I just love my guys.
For all four of you, what legacy did you leave at Seton Hall?
Start with Kadeem again.
I think we left I think anybody who watched us play could say that we were tough-nosed, gritty kids. We didn't take anything from anybody, and we played hard. And that's what we try to do from the time we stepped on campus. We try to play hard for ourselves, for our coaches, for our families, and for the name on front of our jerseys.
We left a legacy of us being a family. We won together, we lost together. We did everything together. Like Kadeem said, if you watch this play, we left everything out on the floor every single game, and that tradition is going to carry on for the rest of Seton Hall legacy.
Yeah, early in our careers, we faced adversity. We overcame it, powerful, and every one of these guys grew as people on the court and off the court. We came from boys to men, and Coach did a great job doing that and developing each one of us, making each other better people. Just not for basketball, off the court and later in life. And I want to say thank you to him. He did an unbelievable job with me. A lot of people gave up on me, but Coach did it. When times got hard, he stuck by my side. When I went through depression time, I was able to talk to him. He was able to help me a lot. So, I just want to thank him for this past 4 years and just being a father figure to me. And these guys right here, we would never lose touch. We would be brothers for life. Talk every day. Same relationship. Just after this, basketball. This is just not basketball. This is off the court things too. We're just gonna stick together. And I wish these guys luck. In the future.
Yeah, like these guys said, we left everything on the floor. These 4 years probably is the best 4 years of my life right now. And I'm really proud of this is the best decision I ever taken in my life to come to Seton Hall and be part of this thing and these great coaches. So we're just gonna, these 4 years that we've been here, we won, we lost, hard times, good times, but everybody face the bad times too, and we face them right now. But everything good, and I love my guys, I love my coaches, and we're ready to make the big step.
Any other questions for our student athletes on the right side?
Greg Eklund, Kansas Public Radio. This is for Angel. How much, from your perspective, did the 22 minutes played by Udoka figure in Kansas's outcome on this?
Yeah, you got to give him credit. He's a big guy, a big guy. Trust me. But at the same time, they kind of slow with him too, and we just run the right play at the right time. But you just got to give him credit. He's an unbelievable player. He did a great job with his bad knee. You just got to give a credit, a great player. But he was a great he's a great competitive guy, and we just both competitive guys, and we just fight the whole game.
Guys, thanks for the outstanding college career at Seton Hall. Congratulations. This time we'll take questions for the head coach. Okay, we'll go right in the front, and then we'll get you right in the back.
Kevin, it kind of felt like this performance was kind of typical of what they gave you guys for 4 years. You know, maybe it didn't always end well, but you know, just never got knocked down. They never kind of gave up. What did you just think overall of just how your guys battled, and obviously a really tough spot?
It's why I love those guys. They're such special young men who have battled, who have sacrificed, who have grown. I think the hardest thing is, they show up as freshmen and they think they know everything, and then all of a sudden you watch them grow into men. And those 4 young men who just walked off this stage are terrific, unbelievable young men who have represented us, myself, with the highest character. And this game was exactly how their career is. Not pretty at all times, but absolutely unbelievable grit, unbelievable effort. And they never, ever walked off the floor without giving it their all. And I think that's something that not a whole lot of kids can say for their career.
Stay on the right side of the aisle, and then we'll go across the front to the left. Go ahead, sir.
Kevin, Jeff Borzello from ESPN. Can you put into words what those 4 guys that were sitting to your left, what they meant to you, what they meant to the Seton Hall program?
Not right now, I can't, because I'll get emotional. It's going to take me a couple days. Just because they're like my kids. They really are. That's all I got on that one.
Kevin,
Yeah, Jeff.
the Angels' performance.
Have Zach ask another question, because I always feel better, and I can give him a zinger a little bit, make me in a better mood.
He's got to wait for once. When Angels' performance tonight was one of only 5 2020 performances in modern NCAA tournament history, what can you say about what he did and how he was able to do it in this environment?
Yeah, I tell you what, I should have went to him more with Azubuike in the game. I kind of went away from him because I didn't want to wear him out a little bit, just because Azubuike's size. But someone's going to be really happy with him next year, because he's been doing that his whole career. I just thought his offensive rebounding just kept us alive throughout the whole game. His motor is second to none, and 38 minutes against 22 against Azubuike, having to guard Devontae Graham's pick and rolls, that's an unbelievable effort by our big guy. And like I said, someone in the NBA is going to be really happy next year that he's on their roster.
As a follow-up to that, what would you say to an NBA scout or GM who watched this game tonight about him and what he can do?
I don't have to say anything about it. I think they all say the same thing to me. They love his motor. They love his competitiveness. He's going to put him on a roster, and you're going to win a lot of games. He's a coach's dream because he shows up every day. He practices hard. He works hard. He's a great teammate. And then when the ball's tipped, he's going to get you 9, 10 offensive rebounds. He's going to get you some putbacks. He's going to get you extra possessions. And he's gotten really good defensively, where he can guard fours if we had somebody else. So I think he's just one of those guys that wins you games. And I think at the next level, that's a premium. He's not going to shoot the ball 30 times next year, but he's going to get the guy that does shoot 30 times, 4 or 5 open looks. And that's something that's a premium.
You play a game like this, it's basically a road game. You're an 8 seed, and when you show what you did show, is there any part of you that's just kicking yourself, saying if we would have won a few more games during the season, we're a 5 or a 6?
There you go, Zach. Attaboy. Attaboy. Yes. I mean, I think that's the lesson that I was trying to get through. When we were having a little tough stretch in the late January, was understanding that I think it was only really 2 losses that we had were going to hurt our seeding. And there's a huge difference of being a 7 and then being an 8, because you are playing a road game when you're on the 8-9 line. I think I watched Rhode Island versus Duke for a little bit, and I think that was in Pittsburgh. And, I don't know how many Duke graduates are in Pittsburgh, but that's more of a neutral site game. I mean, this was a great environment. The Kansas fans are engaged, they're smart, they're passionate. I mean, you can understand why it's such a great program. And Bill's as good a coach as I've ever gone up against. I mean, he's just one of the best. So moving forward, yes, I think what my young guys and the guys sitting out have to understand is that some of those games in January and February, some of those games are the most important ones. Obviously you have to beat the Texas Techs, you have to beat some of the good teams, but a 6 seed, a 5 seed instead of 8 seeds, a huge difference. What's that?
This team clearly had the ability to be that, right?
Yeah, and I think that's something that I've learned as a coach is when you coach 4 seniors that all have aspirations of playing and moving on. I talked to a lot of people this year about it's hard sometimes to manage all those expectations, and I think as the season went on, managing them sometimes got in the way of us playing, and it's a lesson learned moving forward, and I think the next time we're in this situation, we'll make sure that we don't make those mistakes.
Got one last question here.
Coach Jackson Schneider, KJHK. You brought a team here with 4 seniors that lead your team, but how do you build off of this, your first tournament win in quite some time? How do you build towards next year?
Yeah, I mean, I love the momentum that we've created. Again, I think we've only gone to 12 NCAA tournaments in Seton Hall's history, and we've got 3 in a row, which we take a lot of pride in. I think the biggest thing that everyone talks about these guys' legacy. The legacy that I know they'll leave is the fact that the 3 guys I have sitting out, the young freshmen that we had playing, the 3 or 4 guys we have coming in next year, all understand what they need to do on an everyday basis to take the next step. And people talk about on the floor, but really, these guys showed up every day. They worked hard every day. And it's, if you ask them if they were still up here, they would say, and they wouldn't know it right now, but when they come back next year to watch us play, they're going to know by the way Q, Torian, Rowe, all these freshmen work on an everyday basis. And that's going to be their greatest legacy, is the fact that the consistency that they work with, the consistency that they played on the floor, the consistency that we've won for the last, I would even say 4 years, their freshman year, has given Seton Hall a very, very bright future. And not a lot of kids understand that at this time. they won't understand it until they come back next year for a home game, and they'll be really excited about their legacy because they'll watch it on the court. That's a long answer for that question. I apologize.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Seton Hall locker room still open. Thank you.